This is intentional by God. He could have had His Son born in a palace. He could have had His Son born in a chorus line. He had His Son born in a feeding trough, in a manger, because this is the reality of what was taking place spiritually in our Lord's life. He who was rich became poor, that we who are poor might become rich. And it speaks of the spiritual poverty of our Lord as He assumed the lowly posture of a bondservant as He is born into this world. It was intended to be rough. It was intended to be uncouth. It was intended to be unpolished. It was intended to be raw. Because that is what was going on in the incarnation. That was the reality behind the scenes. If one could see with spiritual eyes the humiliation and the condescension of Christ as He came down, who though He was considered to be equal with God, He thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but humbled Himself and took upon Himself the form of a bondservant and became obedient unto death, even death on a cross. Every step down into this world was a step downward in humility and lowliness. And that is seen in verse 16 as they find the child not on a throne, but in a manger. Not in a palace, but in a feeding area for animals.